Hi, welcome to OMAT. We're going to get started with the exercises. These are mindful exercises that help us be conscious of our mind. What does that mean? Well, let me share a little story with you. I was at my brother's place the other day. He has two little kids, and one of the kids needed to take medication. Soon as the kid found out, he knew it would taste terrible. He started freaking out, started crying. And my brother reminded him about a trick that they play in order for him to take medicine. Here's how it goes. He knows that he gets to eat 3 bites of something that he really wants. In this case, it's strawberries, and 3 bites after the medicine. So he gets 6 bites with something that he doesn't want in the middle. And he tricks his brain to think that he's just continually eating the strawberry. He acted it out. He was calm. He did this thing. This little 4-year-old was like, oh, I'm eating strawberries. Next one, oh, still eating delicious strawberries. Continuing to eat strawberries. He took the medicine pretending to continue to eat strawberries and then went about eating the rest of them. My brother didn't have to play along. Nobody had to help him trick his own brain. He did it himself. Now, they call it a trick. Adults call it mindful exercises. It's exercises that keep you in control of your mind, that help you shift your focus and make decisions on what you want to do, how you want to feel about it, and how you move through it. Mindfulness exercises mean that you can trick your brain. And what that means for adults is, again, shifting focus. I can think things like, this is overwhelming, or I can say, I can manage this, I can handle this, and then my brain shifts to, well, how can I do that? By exercising our thought process, meaning we decide what's happening in our mind, which means we then decide how we react to it. That's how mindfulness helps. That's how staying conscious, staying aware, whatever words you want to use. So let's sharpen those tools that keep us aware, keep us noticing, keep us mindful, conscious. Here we go. Let's get present. This is what you're doing right now. We agreed to it in our mind. We said we would shift the focus into our OMAT practice, just like we would shift into any other thing. Let's shift into it. Our body is present. Let our mind get present by maybe noticing some things around us, maybe noticing there's not a lion chasing me. I am not in a rush. I could be here for the allotted time that I decided. Let's get into our first exercise here of gratitude. This shifts the focus. All day long, it is so easy to say, this is bad, this is going wrong, this is not exactly how I wanted this to be. We shift our focus to say, well, this is what I'm noticing is already here that I could be grateful for. Let's practice that mind shift by looking for one or more things to be grateful for right now. Let's wrap for now. Have some water. And when I first wanted to shift into drinking water instead of soda, I shifted slowly. I added a little juice in the water and then removed a little bit more juice, because mind shifts are not that easy. We can't always quickly trick our brain. We have to practice. Let's continue to practice. What's going on in my mind? I am in control of it. And with this meditation practice, I'm practicing that control. Maybe I have things rolling around up there in my brain that are unnecessary. They're not useful. They're not helpful. Let me interrupt that. Let's sit in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed. Breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. And water changes the activity. I stopped meditating. I started drinking water. I already moved on to another activity, and that tricks my brain into saying we're moving on. Let's use that help to move on into our writing. We're going to write one word, maybe more words will come out, but we're practicing writing. Even if we don't feel like it, we allow the usefulness to happen. We move ourselves to do it instead of waiting for motivation. Let's write anything down right now. Let's wrap for now. Have some water. Maybe the writing got more emotional than you thought, or was completely mundane. Let's practice moving away. We don't need to continue to respond to that. Let's go into our yoga practice. We're going to do a sun salutation, or whichever poses you could do from that sun salutation. Any stretch. Let's stand if we can stand, and inhale the arms up. And if you can only inhale one arm up, then that's what we do for today. And when you're ready, fold forward, round the back, hang over your feet, maybe shake your head no or yes to loosen the neck muscles. And when you're ready, halfway lift, flat back, look up. And let's get into that high plank. Plant your palms down right where they are. Step your feet back into a high plank, and then lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Once your whole front of your body is on the ground or mat, push against the ground or mat, and your chest comes up, your head comes up, look up. And let's meet in down dog. We bend the knees from here and then lift the hips up into an upside down V, trying to get the heels on the ground or at least get close. And when you're ready, walk your feet forward towards your hands and start rising up, meeting your palms above the head, and then exhaling them down to the center of the chest. Maybe holding it there, even though the minute is up. If that is the pose that feels good, that gives you a moment, take that moment and then have some water. And notice that maybe your body is a little bit warmer, a little bit more ready for some physical activity, which is great because we have the plank coming shortly. Get in that ready position, both mind and body. Maybe shift your mindset into saying, this is manageable for me. I am going to do it. With that mindset, let's go in 3, 2, 1, up in plank. Get a little more physical, or as physical as your body will allow for today, but get into some version of this physical activity. That's 10 seconds in already. Congratulations. If you haven't started, congrats, you get to start now, and it still counts. We're 20 seconds in, and if you started right at that first second and you continue to stay up, you know this is getting challenging. Breathe through it. We have 30 seconds. Do you have that in you for today? Let's find it by talking to ourselves with a shift in mindset. For 20 seconds, if I'm not hurting myself, I can tolerate this challenge. I could move through it. I can stay for 10 more seconds, conjuring up as much as my body and mind can get working together today for 3, 2, 1. You're done. That's what today's plank looks like. Come down off your plank. And I usually like to stretch my way back, do the end of a sun salutation to get myself back off the floor, maybe from the down dog on. But make your way back however you want, have some water, have some credit after each and every one of these exercises, especially if you didn't want to and you gave it a go. Let's bring that energy into breaking some procrastination. There are a lot of things that we don't want to do. Let's practice getting started. Practice moving ourselves and not waiting for somebody else or something else to make it happen. Practice getting going by taking on a task right now. Let's wrap for now. Find the water, allow that to help us transition. And we're going into our next exercise here of connection. If you're having trouble with procrastination, we could bring that into this connection minute, get in touch with someone, talk to them about the motivation challenge that you are facing. And you might come to think as you're trying to do this exercise, I don't have anyone to talk about specifically about motivation. Great, that's a discovery. That's connecting with that idea. You might want to join a group of people who specifically talk about motivation. But here, asking ourselves that question, getting into that mode, we understand connection looks different. Let's see what it looks like when we try to connect today. Let's wrap for now. Have some water. Again, practice moving on no matter how that went by getting into our next exercise right away. Stand if you can stand. Move anything that can move and exercise it so that you can continue to strengthen it. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Practice moving your body. Practice exercising. Practice getting going. Once you hear 3, 2, 1, you could say that in your mind, and that might move you. That's 10 seconds in. Now remember, at the end of this, you're going to be able to celebrate. Let's do the work that we're going to celebrate. For 20 seconds, we're in. Let's give ourselves the job and do it so that we know we can celebrate. And that's 30 seconds. We are now more than halfway done. Let's find the energy to continue. If we're not hurting ourselves, let's keep going. Maybe throw a little more energy or a little less, whatever takes you for the 20 seconds to continue. Whatever it takes for today. Without hurting ourselves, let's breathe through this exercise for 10 seconds. Let's conjure up all of our strength and see where we can go for just 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Great job. Thank you for practicing OMAT today.